welcome to my Ninjago review for Season 10, Episode 1, or as it says for every episode 95, The Darkness Comes. That's the name of the episode. I know it's kind of lame. It's kind of a lame title, but that's the name of the episode. It is officially out. DP Videos did leak it online, but I do know where the actual place comes from. So it comes from a New Zealand site, TV New Zealand or something. I think that's what the site's called. I mean, it's TTNZ is the site, and it's an official site, and it's been linked there. So it's January. The US won't get it until March, probably. Yeah, it's funny. And it's not out in the US yet, but New Zealand's technically, in my mind, even though it's a different country, it's still part of the US. Australia. I still class it as part of Australia, even though it's off the shore. It's like the offshore. It's like, I don't know. Because all the border patrol is actually for Australia. It starts in New Zealand, so it's a complicated process. But anyway, this episode starts off with a new intro, and to everyone's surprise, the new intro character, the one who does the intro, is Cole, which is the first time he's ever gone one ever. he's never actually gone one throughout this entire one. All the other ninjas have gone one, although he's not the last one to have. No, Kai and all that haven't had actually their, how the previous one, that's never been done by anyone. So he's not the last one to do that, thankfully. But, so he announces this episode, which gives people reason to believe that he's going to be the focus character here. Does not necessarily mean that. It just means he's in the intro. Simple as that. Although there are some other things that concerns me about this, with the whole stuff that happens in the trailer and him being on the intro. And if you go back to season 3, which is the rebooted season, when Zane was on the intro, remember what happened at the end of rebooted? So kind of could happen again. I hope it doesn't. I don't see it happening. I'm just, I'm leaving my options open. I'm like other people who stick to one theory. I don't. I look at all theories and consider all of them as a possibility. And when one happens, one happens. So anyway, after the intro and then talking about the next episode, last season and all that, and last episode, we start off in Kryptonian prison with Lloyd and the warden, who are entering the new wing, which is being completely designed, to hold Ninjago's most dangerous villain, which is obviously, yes, you guessed it, Lord Garmadon. So Lloyd's visiting his father, and because his father Garmadon contacted Lloyd, invited Lloyd down, and basically tells him about what he said last season about their coming, and that it's too late, blah blah blah, and that he's the only one who can stop it, and all that. And he mentions stuff like it takes Noni to fight Noni, which is basically saying fight fire with fire. But that happens. He then basically says he'll help, but Lloyd doesn't let him out because Lloyd's kind of got daddy issues. And interesting thing about this prison, if you look at it, it's kind of like the Magneto prison from X-Men 2. If you remember that movie, if you've seen that movie ever, it might not be the best thing, but the prison looks like that. I mean, it's got the center thing where Lord Garmadon's like Magneto is, and the path. So it kind of looks like that. You gotta isolate dangerous prisoners like that. So that's what it looks like to me, and all that. It actually also looks like it's just a big dome, like an egg-shaped thing. It's all glass. So anyway, after that, we get to see the first, showing of the new intro. Which the new intro it's not one of my favorites. Like, I don't really like the new intros. Like, I miss the, you know, the weekend whip thing, but obviously we're not gonna get that back. But this is the 3 latest seasons. This is probably, it's not bad. It's just, it feels lazy. Like, the music's fine, and I like seeing all the previous seasons all put together, like rebooted and all that, and the original. But it's just like Imagines. We've seen it. They even made a trailer video or a video on this and turned into a trailer. But it's just like, I mean, I just want. Anyway, so it's kind of feels lazy, even though it's awesome to see them repeating. They could have done something a little bit cooler. It's just like all the images that are on the monastery wall, the wall of the monument. I forget what they called it. There was a name they called it, the wall of history or something. No. Anyway. And also another thing that happens in the intro, just like on the monastery wall, is there's one thing that actually really bothers me. That it shows an intro, and then the thing is, we see Klaus with the temple light, which is basically spoofing. I'm mentioning that there's a book that's canon to Ninjago, which is called the. Well, I don't know. It's a story. I don't know if it's been put into a book. It's online, and it's called the Dark Iron Trilogy. It's canon. It takes place in between Skybound and Day of the Pirate, although actually technically it takes place over top of Skybound because Skybound got erased, but and it's a different timeline now. But, you know, that's time travel is complicated. We're not going to get into that. But see, they put that in, but they didn't put that in part of it, which is a canon animated. Where this isn't even animated. They hadn't, like, it's not even an. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing the books they've made into animated, like these canon stuff that isn't animated but is canon, be turned into a canon special or film. I wouldn't mind seeing that, but because it's not, I mean, I don't care that it's here, it's canon, so it has to exist, but they put it in place of Day of the Pirate. And yes, that may not be the best part of Ninjago, but it's, if it was, it's not bad. It was okay. There were parts of it that were bad, there were parts of it that were good. It's just like, anyway, I'm sorry I'm ranting, but they put that there in place, and if anything, it should replace Skybound. Because Skybound doesn't exist in this timeline. Time travel here, so shouldn't it replace Skybound? Anyway, that's just my opinion. So that's another reason why the intro is not my favorite. It's lazy, and that's just a personal issue for me. But yeah, so anyway, moving on, we get to see the title screen, which we've seen before, with the title that says, you know, the episode. And, you know, after the intro, we arrive at Ninjago, which is basically, you know, being rebuilt again, just like in the end of every season, pretty much, where they end up rebuilding it and all that. So it's being rebuilt by the citizens. We got traffic jams and cops doing traffic, so there's like a massive power-up traffic. And in the traffic is ninjas in the drill, which, if you don't know, the drill got rebuilt in the mini-movies, which was online, called Ninjago Legacy. That's where the drill got built. So this takes place after Ninjago Legacy. So if you're wondering why that's there. And Cole's having a little bit of rage issue, road rage, which is a common thing when you're stuck in traffic and you're behind stupid drivers. I understand, being a driver myself, I know exactly how it feels. And so they obviously end up getting out because, well, you know, that one thing, they're ninjas, so they just jump over traffic, and this is where the trailer comes in. If you remember in the trailer, you saw Zane and Pixel jumping on the cars. That's basically what happens here. Cole's with them, except Cole's fallen behind a little bit because he's been sitting in the car so long, he's got a dead leg. Or his leg's fallen asleep. It's called dead leg. That's the term people use. And, you know, he's basically just thing. We get to see another little, it's kind of like a joke thing that we see. I don't remember the first appearance of it. Maybe it's his name. maybe before that too. I think we've seen them before, maybe in season 2 actually, during this on the train thing. But anyway, we see them in the car, and obviously, you know, just like the other stuff, the kid doesn't see it, and the father's trying to get his attention, but he's too busy playing video games because that's the life we live in. So anyway, Cole, being, you know, having his dead leg, hops in their car just to get through, and the kid finally notices. And obviously, you know, he eventually gets over his dead leg and starts catching up to the Zane and Pixel. And I believe the other ninjas, the reason why the other ninjas weren't here was because Jay had something important to do, so that's why they, which we'll get to that. So anyway, Zane makes a nice moves to slide down, and they commandeer a kind of rig thing. It's a Chinese Asian vehicle, taxi vehicle. Next up, we arrive at the docks where the chief is giving like a statement, or not statement, conference for a special surprise for the ninjas, but obviously they're running late, so they're just like sitting there with awkward silence, and it's quite awkward even for people watching. So when the ninjas arrive, obviously the commissioner reveals surprise that the city of Ninjago was giving them for their, you know, saving the day from the Sons of Gamdans. And well, why you would think it would be good to have a statue, it's the bounty. So the bounty is being rebuilt, and I gotta say, when I saw the scene, although it's awesome to see the bounty rebuilt, because you know the bounty is a staple in Ninjago since season 1, but it's like, you know, it gets destroyed nearly every season. I'm just like, okay, it's rebuilt. When's it gonna get destroyed next? I'm just like, yay, the bounty's rebuilt. Anyway, I like the bounty. Don't get me wrong, I do like the bounty. It's just that it gets destroyed so much that it's kind of getting tedious and rebuilding it over and over again. You think it would run out of parts. But anyway, also that the bounty is also in the movie version. Right, because it's, you know, the new look and all that. And we also learn that the way they rebuild it, because half of the bounty is actually in the first realm and turned into the Destiny's Wing from the Dragon Hunters. I think that's still in the first realm. Basically, you learn that Mother Doomsday, I think his name, Doomsday Dude? I think they call him Mother Doomsday because he's, that's what he was originally called, the comics. He's comic book guy. If you know what that reference is, you can think. It's basically comic book guy. That's what I'm going to call him, because I think if you don't get the reference, that's good. And he had blueprints, and he kind of has a rough face, and he's saying, you know, he wants it back in mint condition because he's a comic book guy and comic book collectors, and you know, they like their things in mint condition. So anyway. After that, we arrive at the monastery, which is being rebuilt, which, again, I don't get this. The bounty was burnt in season 1, all the way back then. They didn't build it. They found the bounty, they never rebuilt it until now, or as better yet, Legacy. And it was, Legacy, it's proven that it was built during Legacy and not before, like, in between any other season, and we just didn't see it because we actually see people working on it in Legacy. So, which is the name of the movie. So it's like, why? Like, why only build it now? You have the Ajitsu Temple, which basically hasn't been since season 7. Okay, it was even destroyed in a Hands of Time because we returned to the monastery in Hands of Time and it was burnt. They were fighting, remember? So it's like, and they could have, so anything before then it wasn't thing, and yeah, they could have built it in between season and everything, although what's the point since, you know, all the other, since they didn't do it all the way back to season 1, like why we built it now. So in between that year, they could have rebuilt it then, but we know they didn't because we've seen it being built back in Legacy, which is just before this. And in between season 9, too close a gap. It's like a 1 week, and the year they were actually focusing on finding Wu, so that's why they didn't build the temple. But it's just like, it doesn't make sense. Why build it now? Why wait this long to rebuild it when you had the bounty, you have the Ajiti temple, and they have other ones, but I can't remember what those bases are called. So it's like, anyway, I mean, it's good to see it back, but it's like, and as you can see, it is different. If you actually go back and look at the original monastery, it is actually different. It does look completely different. Like, it has been redesigned for, you know, this. It's got the basis of the temple is the same, but it's being redesigned to incorporate, you know, new. So it is new. You can tell that it's being new. And actually, they don't look like they're fully built up because they have the doors looks like it's off its hinges anyway. So anyway, this scene, obviously, we've seen in the sneak peek, although we didn't see it in such focus. It's the Jay proposal scene where Jay's proposing, or practicing proposing with Kai, trying to, you know, practice and, you know, to propose for Nia. And, you know, we know what happens then. And then, obviously, the part that's new is we see Nia walk in the room in not a ninja outfit, but in a kimono, a blue one, which it's different. It is different. It's like it's more detailed, but it's kind of similar to her original red kimono from season 1 in the pilot. If you remember that red one, it's got the same thing on the side, and it's just blue, but it's like which I kind of actually like it. I like her in this blue kimono. It looks actually really good on her. So for her minifigure. Okay, this is a kids show, so let's keep the comments PG, people, because I know that the show's been going on for a while, so I'm sure a lot of its older fans would be teenagers now, so they'll be kind of in that stage. So just keep it in PG. Anyway, after that, they also head over to the Wall of History, Ninjago history, where we get to see all the stuff. And like I said before, at the start of this review, there's a missing thing on there which really bothers me. It's the data party. Now I know it's not the most popular. I know a lot of people don't like it. Me personally, I don't hate it. Okay? All seasons for me, they have good and bad in them. Some may outweigh, but it's just like, it's still in part of the show. It still was in the show. It's still animated. Should be up there. The book, why it's canon, since there's no animation of it, it shouldn't be up there. And if it does, it should be on the edge, like out of the way, kind of up there. Or over Skybound, and Skybound was kind of erased. Anyway, time travel and all that, that's what bothers me about. It's the only thing that bothers me every time I see it. It's just gonna bother me. Like, what were you thinking, guys? What were you thinking, credit? You know, brothers and whoever with this, like, what were you thinking? I'm guessing the person who witnessed didn't like it. Anyway. So anyway, also, the Skybound one, Jay does mention, you know, how thing, and then Kai kind of gets a confused look on his face, symbolizing that no one but Jay and Nia know about that. Which is interesting why it's up there as well. So Data about it should be there, and the trilogy should not, or should be over Skybound, or on the edge. But again, I'm just ranting. It bothers me. But actually, if you look down there, if you look at the people who drew it in the trailer and all that, they're actually the same people from the Cloud Kingdom. So that's the best way to explain it. The Cloud Kingdom obviously records all events, even if they get erased, even if they're a different timeline and all that. So that's the best way to explain it. Also, during this scene, we also see, you know, they kind of focus on the original pilot and the tornado creation in there, and at the same time, Wu kind of mentions, about how, like, because they say it didn't happen exactly like that, and should that really be there? And Wu says it's part of their history, and that they were able to beat destruction with creation. Now, I'm not saying this, but since the Oni are the masters to destruction and all that and darkness, wouldn't creation be how to stop them? Like, isn't it foreshadowing? I'm not saying it is, I'm just spitting it out there. Think about it. Think what you want. After that, after all this, a portal opens in the sky and Firstborn comes out and is flying kind of wonky because it's injured because of stuff that happens. Like, the first realm's being attacked obviously by the Oni, and Firstborn escaped because she is the Firstborn. She's the mother of all dragons. Of course, she's OP. The only reason she probably would have lost is because she would have been trying to protect her children and being caught off guard. I have no doubt. This also is another thing that bothers me about this, is the dragons should be the ones to be able to fight the Oni and not be defeated and the other thing, because like the original war, the original story is the Oni and the dragon fighting over thing. It was a lifelong war, so they should be at equal power. One creates one. You guys see where I'm going with this? So anyway, it's just that kind of bothers me again, but nothing we can really do. I hope we see more of Firstborn. I do really like the Firstborn dragon design, and being Firstborn, it's a big dragon, and I wouldn't mind riding it. So it crash lands on the ground, and the ninjas go after it. It also is revealed that it's holding Faith, which is, if you remember, heavy metal. She's basically, she's probably the only dragon at the left since Ninja and Firstborn's already gone. She mentions to Wu, how there's a darkness coming, blah blah blah. The simple stuff. Back in the monastery, they're taking care, the ninjas and Wu are taking care of Faith, and Wu gives her a potion, and then they head over to, just like in the trailer, they head over. Wu pulls out a book, because obviously Lloyd, mentions that his father said the exact same thing, and mentions the bringer of, what was it? Bringer of darkness? No, bringer of doom. Sorry, trying to remember. And obviously, we tell the story. We see again a picture of the Oni, the main Oni of this, or what's most likely the main bad guy. Wow, sorry, I'm a little tired, so this is just a thing. I feel like I'm gonna yawn. Oh, there it goes. So anyway, also when you look at this, they actually zoom into the staff, or what looks like to be the staff, and it obviously looks an awful lot like Borg Tower. Which is funny because Borg Tower is like in the center of Ninjago. It's like, it's always the center of Ninjago. Bad real estate. He needs to move his tower because it's bad real estate there. It's always the center of everything. So, we then arrive at Borg Towers, and basically it zooms under to the, Borg Towers to reveal where the Realm Crystal is. Which, again, this is kind of weird because the Realm Crystal was put in Horace's Labyrinth originally, and during Skybound, the Skybound got erased, and as far as I'm aware, the Dark Island trilogy was not really about, didn't have the Realm Crystal. I can't quite remember it. I skimmed it, I didn't actually read it fully because I didn't want to. I want to, if I get an animation that'd be awesome, but until then, even though it's canon, I just don't want to think about it. So I did skim it, but yeah. So if the Realm Crystal's in it, fine, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Like, I'm 99% sure the Realm Crystal wasn't there. So the Realm Crystal should be there. And if you removed it from Hiroshi's Labyrinth, why? Also, where the White Ninjas? The White Ninjas were designed to protect it, not anything else. And Garmdown wouldn't destroy it because they weren't designed to fight Garmdown, they were designed to protect the Realm Crystal. That's all. So where are they? We see black Ninjoids, but like the the dark ninjas, the evil ones. It's like anyway. So basically, we see the realm crystal, and it turns black, symbolizing obviously the Oni coming, and then obviously the black hair comes. So first the realm crystal turns black, and then the realm crystal, which is nice little thing. We didn't see that in the trailer. We saw the stuff, but we didn't really get a good glimpse of it turning black. We actually see it turn black before the black hair comes out. Then the black hair comes out, and then it basically, chases down some corpse who then, with everyone else, escape Borg Towers. So obviously, the center of Ninjago, it just consumes all the Borg Towers first, so it's first to go. And at the same time, with the cloud consuming the inside of Borg Towers, we actually see the Oni shadow appear like just a flash. If you blink, you miss the type thing. And so, this isn't the first time we see it either. So it shows that he's actually in Ninjago now. He's come through and he's causing the black cloud. Like, he's physically in the black cloud. And he's using... So anyway, back at the monastery, the bounties arrived, flying above. And, it's good to see the bounty and the monastery back together. Although they never actually, they've parted to Jitsu, but never to monastery, so this is the first time. Where the ninjas are obviously getting ready to head off and, get to Ninjago. At the police station, we got the commissioner who's working on his boats like always, because he likes to do that. He then gets interrupted again, because, he just can't get a break. He can't get a break. Basically, phones are going off the hook, like in a police station. Black clouds attacking and all that. We see the karaoke bar and the black cloud attack it. And here, we get our first glimpse of what happens to people when they get pulled in by the black cloud. Basically, as you find out, actually before that, like Faith actually mentions what happened too, we do find out back, then. But now is when we actually see it for ourselves. So basically, what happens is they basically become frozen, like petrified. What's the word they used in Harry Potter, Chamber of Secrets, when they got frozen by the snake? Basically, that's what happens. And they like turn to stone. Although I don't think they're turning stone, they're just like kind of going pale, and you see like black veins just fall like all over them, and it's actually quite gross. And for Lego, it's pretty dark. It's still Cartoon Network, and it's not as dark as some other stuff, but it's still pretty dark for a Lego show. I mean, this is the darkest Lego show I've ever watched, because the black veins, I mean, that just looks bad. That looks almost apocalyptic bad. So anyway, with that happening, the cloud keeps consuming everyone, grabbing people. People do escape. Police obviously, help them, and they get away. And then, again, they don't have any weapons except for tasers and a police stick. So, they've really got to upgrade their arsenal, because maybe a Lego show, but they can still have some things. I mean, they have Lego Star Wars blasters. They could do things like that, because they need to defend themselves better. The ninjas do eventually come. They obviously help the police and everyone escape. Here is obviously also where we get to see Cole fall, just like in the trailer. Honestly, it's hard enough seeing it in the trailer now in the episode. He falls. Obviously, he's fine though, but he does actually get a glimpse of the Uni in the shadow, as you can see, and all that. Then, obviously, Lloyd saves him. I don't think Lloyd saw the thing in the shadow, but he will, that. After that, we head up to the bounty and we see, all of Ninjago, basically, all this black, basically a black flood of darkness growing over Ninjago, and it's bad. Here, Cole also mentions that he saw something in there, an Oni, and, they obviously Lloyd mentions, there's only one way to stop. Although again, I don't think that would be wise. I mean, fighting Oni with Oni is like fighting fire. So you're gonna do anything creation, light, all that. So Golden Ninja, and again, anyway. So basically, they head to the prison where they obviously, just like in a trailer, they're obviously surrounding it, and they free Gamdan. So obviously we see the pod thing rise and Gamdan gets free. And then it heads to the credits. Now the interesting thing about these credits is if you actually look at the background of the credits, it's exactly the same as Legacy, showing that they are linked. But, that's not that uncommon. And that's basically the full episode. So, my thoughts on it, it's just, I don't know, I'm just a little bothered by some of it. Mostly the wall, and what else was it? Mostly the wall. That's really all I can think about. That and the intro with the stuff. That's the thing that bothers me about it. Seeing it just really bothers me. But it's cool to see, Cole, get to do the previous on, and Cole's one of my favorite characters, so it's because he's kind of the original leader. He may not be the leader now, but he's still got that leader quality, and so that's why he's my favorite character. But anyway, that does it for the review. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and check back Saturday for the second episode of season 10. There's going to be 3 more for this. This is the season special, so it's 4 parts. But 2 will actually be double length, apparently. It's complicated. So that's what's happening. We'll actually see. I'm going to actually find out. We're going to see. Because it's going to be 88 minutes or something. Was it? Yeah. But anyway, like I said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and in the comments below, let me know what you thought of the first episode. And what part you didn't like, and what part you liked. And yeah, check back Saturday for my second review. Alright, anyway, see ya.